Good morning, friends, and welcome back. Since we're coming up on Halloween, I thought I would make these little Halloween decorations, and I'm using this punch, but it is a 2.5-inch punch here. And you can take any old cereal box, popcorn box, whatever boxes you have. The thickness tends to be around the same. And what I'm going to do is just cut out the front and the back. And once I have these cut out, I'm going to take this punch so that I now have what looks like this, and I'm going to cut out a few of them. And you can hand paint these with chalk paint. Or for speed, you could take these outside and spray paint them if the weather's permitting. I spray painted them outside and brought them in to dry. And this is just one side, and I'll do the flip side in a minute. Now on the backs of all of these, I decided to go with a metallic paint, and because we're going into the fall season, I wanted to use a gold color, which is going to match the project I'm doing. And now that these are all dry, I'm going to take just a hole punch and make a hole up in the top of each one. Now I want to fit a napkin over this, but if you just put the napkin over, if you decoupage the napkin over it, you're not going to be able to file away the excess, and it would be really hard to cut this exact shape. So what I'm going to do is, without separating the napkin, you ever get these flyers in the mail? Oops. And not flyers, but these mailers that have all of these coupons and things in them. Most of them you throw away. And what I'm going to do is take a piece out, put my napkin over it, and I'm going to take that punch, and this will make it a lot easier to punch when you have the backing like that, and make sure you don't separate it. And now that I have the shape, just dampen your fingers a little bit with some water and press on the edge. Oh, just want to make sure you're left with that top layer. See, this is a little delicate, and I'm going to punch a couple more of these out. And again, now to decoupage these, there is a trick to it. It's easy. It's just that you don't want to apply the decoupage glue, then apply the napkin, because you won't be able to pick it up and fit it. Like if you just lay it down perfectly, you're fine, but how often does that happen? So what you want to do is lay it down perfectly now, or get it as perfect as you can. And when you have it so that it's fitting over your surface, then you want to take your decoupage glue. You want to use napkin decoupage glue for this. If you use a heavier decoupage glue, or one that isn't made for napkins, it can tear this easily. And I'm using a nice small thin brush. So I'm going to load it with my decoupage glue. Now what I'm going to do is keep one finger down, and from the center out, decoupage the napkin down over that shape. Now it looks like the napkin may have stretched, the fibers may have stretched a little bit because they're going outside of my shape a little, which is okay. I would rather it do that. And you may want to work over wax paper so that this doesn't stick to anything. But you have to be careful while you touch it right now that you don't drop it like I just did. You can put your thumb right where you can see that hole is, because if it tears there, we don't really care. And if you have any excess, just go around the edges like this and brush it down and back. You want to let these air dry, so I'm going to put them in a nice sunny spot, probably on a piece of aluminum foil so that they get a little bit more heat on them. Now everything's dry, and you'll need bright light, but you can see where this hole is. You can just take the end of one of your thinner paint brushes and poke that right through so that you've now got the hole in there. So I'll do that to all of these. Now, because I'm making a banner, I'm going to take this ball of, it's just very thin yarn, or I think it's embroidery thread actually. I don't know what I'm doing with it because I don't do embroidery. I wish I did. And I'm going to cover this with glitter paste, and I'll just paint it on. I'm going back over this for a second coat. It dries quickly, and the string will probably stick to the aluminum foil, but that's okay. We'll still be all right when we pull it away once it's dry. And while we have this glitter paste out, I'm going to show you a couple of designs, a couple of things we can do with our pieces just to brighten them up a little bit. Now, I'm going to take that same brush and the same colored glitter glue, and I'm going to paint around the edges. And now I'm going to show you a couple of different things that you can do with these. So this is the glitter paste that I'm adding to one, which I could do to all of them. And for the next couple of pieces, I'm going to use some of this triple thick, and I'm going to paint it on the surface. Now, if you have one that kind of got torn a little bit, or you're just not happy with the way it came out, cover the whole thing with triple thick. Now for this one, I'm going to outline it with black glitter. So I have to put a little bit of triple thick around the outside here. So I have it outlined in the black. And you see how I have 3 different colors? Again, these colors look different through the monitor. But this is a tangerine, which through the monitor it looks pink. This is a really pretty light orange, and this is an orange red. And I'm just going to lightly sprinkle a little of each on here to add some depth. People always ask me if they need to put a top coat over the glitter, but the triple thick works as a glue, and the glitter stays much more fiery if you don't add anything over it. So as long as you tap it and all of the excess glitter comes off, you're okay. You can just put that aside to dry. You can also add triple thick. And again, this is going to work as a glue. And I'm going to put sequins over this because the sequins catch a whole lot of light. Just want to make sure you don't cover up that hole where we're going to hang this. And by the way, on the back of these, you can see that I've painted them, spray painted them a metallic color. You can leave that as it is, or you can apply glitter to the back. And something else that you can do is I'm going to take these liquid pearls in a matching color and go all around the outside of this. We can also add some matching flat back pearls or complementary ones. This has the fall colors in them already. I see a little bit of ruby and amber and green. And apply them directly to your surface. Little piece up here. And if that looks a little too plain, I am going to add a little bit of the sequins around the outside. By the way, it's a lot easier to pick up the sequins if you take the end of your brush and dip it in some melted wax. You just keep a votive or a candle going near you. You just dip it in the melted wax. It makes it tacky enough so that it picks that right up. You place it down where you need to. Now we can also cover this again with the triple thick. And then because it is so fiery, I'm going to add the Martha Stewart coarse glitter. Still keeps your design and the Halloween colors, but it just adds that much more sparkle and glitter to it. Now I'm ready to string all of these onto my twine, which is still very pliable, even though the glitter paste is dry. The glitter paste is really on there, and it gives it just a little bit more sparkle. And then I'm going to keep a little excess on here because I will need something to hang this on. But I want to make a big-ish type of a knot back here. And I'm going to space these evenly, and I'm just going to put a drop of any clear drying glue right there in the center and keep this laying flat to dry. So I'm going to leave it to dry. You know what? I don't like how this glue all is coming out. So what I'm going to do is use the triple thick as glue. And I'm also going right over those spots where the triple thick is, and I'm going to apply a little bit more glitter. And now let this dry. And here's how our banner looks. And I'll do a close-up on the medallions for you. But I did want to show you, I hung this outside in the sun. And one thing that I learned was that the Elmer's glue that I used either takes forever to dry, clearly, because it's been out in the sun for about half an hour and it's still pretty milky, I guess. But anyway, here's how all of the medallions look. You can see that's the one with the most fire. And before I go, I wanted to let you guys know that I am moving my videos over to a site called Patreon, and I'll be doing a launch for Patreon shortly. But Patreon is a site where it actually almost works like a tip jar. You can go over and view the videos for, you either pay a minimum of $1 or whatever you want because you're appreciative of my work, or you can pay a monthly fee, and there are different tiers for the monthly fees and different things that you can get for that. But I'm not going to start out, the monthly fee tends to be around $5 a month, and that would mean you have access to all of my videos. But I am just starting out on Patreon, so I will only have one video on there as of tomorrow. And if you want to go over and watch that, I'll show you what the end product was with that video. But I will be moving away from YouTube and over to Patreon because of all the advertising problems and things like that. I've not been able to keep moving forward on YouTube. As a matter of fact, my salary was pretty much cut in half with all of the ad problems. So I need to find another source or stop making videos altogether. So I hope you follow me over on Patreon. My name on Patreon, like YouTube, will be Patio Elf. So let me show you the video that I made for tomorrow, or the project that I made for tomorrow. And that project is how to do transfers for beginners. But another great thing about Patreon is I can get back to everyone who comments, who asks me questions. On YouTube, I found that I was doing 3 and 4 times the work that I ever have because the channel grew, which is great, and I love that. But the pay was going down and down and down because of the advertising. So that was not making a lot of sense for me to do so much more work and to have gained so many more subscribers and viewers and for my pay to go down. I don't know of any job where that happens. But I just want to be able to keep making these videos and show you the videos, and hopefully you guys will follow me over there. And thank you so much for staying in touch with me here on YouTube. I'm still on Facebook at Upcycle with Decoupage. So if you go over there and like and follow the page, I will keep you notified of everything that's going on with YouTube and with my Patreon page. Anyway, thank you so much, guys. I hope some of you follow me. I hope all of you follow me over to Patreon. Let's talk about what we can do going forward as far as videos that you want to see. All right, guys, I will see you next week with another video. I will be on Patreon next week. My video will be going to Patreon. Have a great week. Hope you're doing well. Bye.